Hey guys, welcome back to the garden. So this week I wanted to tackle this bird bath. I thrifted this glass platter last year, and it's like the perfect size for a bird bath, and it was just the right depth for them to get in, or at least for the little birds. And but they just didn't like it for some reason, and they were just avoiding it, and I had to resort to using the same terracotta platter that I had previously. So I think this wasn't or it was too slippery for them, so I decided if I put some concrete on it, it will give them some grip. And I had some concrete left over from the the bee house that we made, the stand. So this is a quick set. You just put it in a bowl or the hole or wherever you want to use it, and you just put in some water, and you just gotta be quick because it does set pretty quickly. And if there's a concrete there, this concrete had some stones in it as well. It comes with the stones, and I thought, yeah, that'll be perfect. So I'll put it on the glass, and that should give the birds some grip. And so yeah, I just did that, and I tried to work as fast as I could because I didn't want it to get dry before I got the concrete all around the platter. But yeah, it had like these gravel stones there to give it a bit more grip. Well, it's supposed to be used for setting posts and things like that. But yeah, so I had to, firstly, now when I'm looking at this recording, you can see I didn't level the platter, and all the concrete was falling to one end. And then I had to straighten that up because one side had too much. I leveled it as much as I could, or spread out the concrete as evenly as I could, and I needed to get it at the edges where the birds perch. Even though glass platters look so lovely, they're just not good for the birds, or the birds don't enjoy sitting on the edges. Yeah, so I managed to get concrete right on the lip of the platter as well, and I needed to keep the depth of it because I need the water to fill in. But I should have just rubbed on some concrete, not spread so much in there. And I had to let it dry for about a week actually because I put too much. But it looked okay because the edges looked rough with the concrete on it. So I'm hoping that works, and the birds can get a grip on this bowl. While it was drying, I decided to make a little, or a better watering bowl for the bees. I thrifted this little square platter, and it was so cute and just the perfect sort of depth. So I added some stones to it because bees need some place to sit on. They don't like an open water. And yeah, I filled in the platter with stones, or small stones, so they could sit, and I just left it next to the current plastic holder that I had, and filled in some water there, and I had to wait to see if they go to this. And they were not fussy about the glass, because after a while they did make their way to the glass platter, and this had a good lip for them to actually perch on the edge and then get to the water in the center. I might have to check if I can get something like that for the birds, rather, a glass one. And maybe then the birds can sit on the edge, but I'll still have to add something to roughen the edge so they get a grip. And the bees came, and they were enjoying it. So this platter looks so good in that spot as well. So they got a nice new watering bowl. And then I got back, once that platter dried, I went and planted this Ozothamnus. I had bought that plant for the spot, so it can give them some shade and some protection as it grows. This spot is like a perfect spot because that vertical garden also gives them some shade. or some protection. And the platter dried nicely and it looks so good. You can see the pattern at the back, but useless because you can't see that from the front anyway. But that's all fine because I wanted this concrete color for the bird bath to just blend into that area. And I know I did say I was going to buy a new bird bath because I had that voucher, but I spent the voucher. So I didn't buy the bird bath and I have to do this DIY jobs. But I still plan on buying one. They're just so expensive, or the ones that I'm looking at or I like are so expensive. So I'll have to check if I can get something on Marketplace, and then I'll buy that. But I am still looking for another bigger bird bath, actually, for the ones for the bigger birds that use the plastic. There's a plastic square container that I use for them, and they go to that. So I need to get a big bird bath for the bigger birds, and this one was for the small sparrows and all the other honey eater birds that come to, they need to hide. They are scared. So this part here is nice and protected. And again, you can see I should have got a level and set that on top before I fill in the water. And it looks so good. I mean, that concrete just blends in with that vertical planter there. And that spot, I really like that spot. With the plant next to it, it's going to get those pink flowers, and it'll be so pretty. Once it's bigger, they can even sit on that shrub and then go to the water to drink water. And I plan on planting other stuff around it, small sort of things. And I brought that bee water bowl and put it here because I got the new one at the back, and it was time to fill up this bowl. So there is enough water, and it just wasn't level because everything was running off the edge, and when I checked, you can see it's all dripping on the side because I didn't level the stand that I put there. So that's still got enough water for the birds, and that's the amount that's suitable for the tiny birds. They can get in there and just play in the water and not be afraid of drowning. It's not too deep. Look how good that looks in that spot. That's why I wanted a concrete bird bath for this corner. It just blends in better than that terracotta. But I had to leave that terracotta platter there, so they can transition from the old one to the new. Well, it's been so many days and I have not seen a single bird go to that bird bath. I just saw one morning, and that was a big magpie. So I guess I don't know if they are just avoiding it or they don't know, but it's been so many days and no one's come, so I don't know if this DIY job is working either. I'll have to just give it another week and see, and I'll keep you updated. So I don't know, all DIY projects don't always work, but we just gotta try, and sometimes they do work. So let me leave this here, and I'll leave you to enjoy some images of the garden, and have a good weekend, everyone, and I shall catch you next week. Thank you. Bye.